Alrighty, what's up everybody? It is I, your trouble Goddard Stream, Peter Joseph here, for a Wednesday evening video right here on the official Peter Joseph YouTube wrestling channel. YouTube.com/Peter Joseph. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you like the video and hit that subscribe button down below inside of my goddamn pants, otherwise known as the description box below, on this very channel and my other channels down below. Show your love and support. Leave a comment on this video or any one of my videos on my respective channels from the past, the present, and the future. Conan. But don't leave stupid comments, because you'll get sent to the Shadow Realm, put in an Iron Maiden, and then maybe Satan will eat your soul. So please don't do that. If you want to do that, go to your dead channel with 20 subs and nobody gives two fucks about it. They don't. Nobody cares about. Nobody will care about it. Your boring post. Your boring shorts and videos and anything else. Nobody will give two fucks, as it's a dead channel. Nobody cares. People watch my shit. But I digress. But anyway, so like the video, comment on the video, subscribe to my channels. Don't forget to follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Show your love and support there, but you will be blocked there too. And if you don't like it, fuck you, because you can't do anything about it. Share the video all over the internet, like I said before, and don't forget to tap and slap that bell, turn on all notifications so you don't miss the next one, because if you do, I'm going to come over to your house and beat the fuck out of you and tell you, fat boy, you are SOL, because you know what that means, and if you don't know, I'm going to slap you even more. Because for some of you, for others, if you know what it means, if you don't know what it means, look it up before I slap you. And that's pretty much all I gotta say about that. And if you're brand new here for the very first time, ladies and gentlemen, you're just floating around YouTube at this time of evening, and see my gorgeous sexy face, please acknowledge me. And if you want more, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that bell. Because if you miss anything, you're not gonna find another YouTuber like me. So that's pretty much it. Because I bring the good stuff. I bring the good stuff. Ask your mom, ask your girlfriend about that. They know. They know the prophecy is the greatest force on YouTube and in life itself, because it's the greatest thing since sliced bread. And we don't need to prove ourselves to anybody. Don't care where you live, we're not going to prove shit to you. That's pretty much all I gotta say about that. So keep talking out your vaginas because you think the prophecy is fake and there's nobody in here, it's just me. We are endless, and you don't know anybody in it. And you'll never know, so you think you know, but you have no idea. Like, like the Diary of Ozzy or something like that. Remember that on MTV? That was a good shit. I moved on. But we got that. So, if you're new here, welcome to the party, pal. We hope you enjoy the ride. Sit back, relax, grab that cold one, and enjoy the show. If you like it, great, go suck a dick. And, that's that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, on this rainy, cloudy, cold, bleh, Wednesday evening, May the 28th, 2025, we're almost at the end of May. We'll hit that on Saturday, and then Sunday we'll begin the great month of June, and we'll hit the halfway mark of 2025. So, as of Sunday, we begin the second half of The Price is Right. No, the second half of 2025, and I hope it's a good one. If you didn't have a great first half, I hope you have a great second half. If you had a good first half, I hope you have an even better second half. As we go into the summer months, it's going to be getting hot pretty soon. Now, summer is 3 weeks away. From tomorrow, it'll be 3 weeks till summer officially. And a month, 5 weeks away. 5 weeks away till July 4th weekend. So that's going to be epic. And then after July 4th weekend, pretty much we hit the downslide of summer. But enjoy the summer, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be hot wherever you may be. Ladies, Just remember, when you go to the beach and you see me, you wear those thong bikinis and show those tatas, and make me go. Rosa has a thong bikini, but nobody wants to see that. I kid. She doesn't have any of those, but she still looks good in a nice little bathing suit. She looks good, but I digress. Moving on. All right, so can't wait to go to the beach. When it gets warmer. Not so warm yet, but next week supposedly is gonna be like 90 here. I doubt that because how the weather changes every day. Like people change their underwear, but it is what it is. So it's good stuff coming your way. Good stuff coming your way this weekend, and as we begin June and going into the summer months. That's that. I'll be here for all of it. Well, not all of it because I'm going away at the end of July, and a little bit of August too. But the weekend after SummerSlam, I will be away for the weekend, so you won't see me. Aww, is my little babies, all my lovers gonna miss me so much. Yay! Because I don't miss you when you go away. I just wish you don't come back. But you do because you love me and you love my dick, so can't get enough of it. But when you go away, I keep your moms and your girlfriends satisfied. That's what I do. That's all I gotta say about that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we got AEW Dynamite! Coming up in a little bit from El Paso, Texas. Scare them Cowboys tonight. It is the fallout from Double or Nothing weekend, which is great. We're gonna hear from the Hangman, Adam Page. He's gonna talk some cowboy shit. As he's got a date with Destiny in Texas, mind you. Well, we're in Texas, so, about a little over a month from now, he's going to be back in Texas for All In to take on, well, we'll see if he's still the champ by then, Jon Moxley! And Moxley is in a intergender six-person tag team match tonight. He's got himself, Gabe Kidd, and Marina Shafir. They'll be taking on Willow Nightingale, the wrestling front girl, bing! And Mark Briscoe, and, I forget who else. I think it's Hangman or it's somebody else, I don't remember. I think it's one of the, I think it's Hobbs or, Samoa Joe. I think it's Samoa Joe. One of those weird, wacky, who came up with this match? Tony Khan. We got that. We got Mercedes Moné, the winner of the Women's Owen Hart Cup. She's going to be face-to-face with possibly her opponent for All In for the AEW Women's title, and that's Timeless Toni Storm, darling! What's up? Oh, can't wait for that. Gonna hear from them. We got a no disqualification women's tag team match. We got Holly Cameron teaming up with Anna Jay, the woman with a fat ass and a bad attitude. They take on the mega sis Megan Bayne and her good friend Penelope Ford. And we got a TNT title match with my good buddy. You know him as Chugs, but he's my good friend. Probably won't be yours, but he's Adam Cole, baby! He defends the TNT title against the Protostar, a member of the Don Callis family. And that's Kyle Fletcher. That should be an epic match tonight. Hopefully, Adam Cole wins tonight. And that's that. If you follow him on Twitch, you'll see him Friday. Probably, but we'll see. I haven't seen him in a while. I miss the guy. I want to see him play some epic fucking video games that you probably will never see, because you still play with your Nintendo 64. I still have my PS5, and I've been playing epic fucking games that Adam Cole's been playing. So, hey, fuck you, man. So you don't have a life. I play video games, I go out, and I go to concerts, I work, and I do other things besides doing my epic videos. So, that's that. Alright, before we get to Dynamite, it is time for yours late and out-of-date NXT review for last night, May the 27th, 2025, and we are back at home base. I thought we were going to be at the Performance Center. Nope. Not sadly, but we are back in Orlando, Florida, in Nickelodeon Studios at the Capitol Wrestling Center. And as always, our commentary team. Oh, the man with the creepy jacket. He fears for his life, but he has lots of candy too. And that's Vic Joseph, Corey Slave, and the legend that he is. Two-time Hall of Famer. The man who simps for Stephanie Vercor more than Miles Bourne does. And that's... Oh yeah, man! Oh yeah, man! That's... Booker T, sucker! Alright, so we got that. And Booker T's, as always, went nuts last night. He went berserk. So did the crowd, too. We had an interesting... Well, we had a debut. And that was Mike Santana of LAX. He makes his in-ring, NXT in-ring debut. Also NXT TV debut. Also, Jasper Troy, the winner of LFG, makes his in-ring NXT debut as well. And also, we have a few friends from Mexico. And, as we're gearing up next Saturday afternoon with NXT versus Triple A Worlds Collide, and then right after that, Money in the Sperm Bank. So, we're getting ready for that. On SmackDown, we got a couple more Money in the Bank qualifying matches. Naomi versus Jade Cargill versus Nia Jax. And then we got more coming this Monday, June the 2nd, to round out the big two matches for the men's and women's Money in the Bank, and we'll see who wins those, and maybe cashes in that night, or we have to wait. Yeah, that's it. So we move on. Alright, let's get into this really quick review for your NXT review, as we go into Dynamite in about 20 minutes. Alright, so we started off the show with a long-as-fuck Battleground recap, as you would expect. And then we go right to the ring, as it was reported on WWE.com, and that we're going to start with the men's North American title match. We have All Ego Ethan Page. He takes on the champ, Absolute Ricky Starks. And this was crazy as shit. As the great man, you sir, you said it. You said it yourself. Yes, you. Crazy as shit by the great man that you are, Jay Briscoe. Reach for the sky, boy. We got that. Alright, so we start off with Adam Page beating, with a big brawl at the start. Security's at ringside. I think one of them was Troy Yearwood from LFG. One guy looked like Triple H with hair. Old school Triple H. I'm like, wait, what? What are you doing there, Hunter? No, Hunter was at the Pacers game. Go Pacers. One more. We kick the fucking Knicks out. We'll see what happens tomorrow night at the Garden on 7th Avenue. Game 5 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Back at the Garden. Pacers up 3-1. And we'll see what happens if the Knicks can bring it to a Game 6 on Saturday night in Indianapolis. And then Game 7 will be this coming Monday back at Madison Square Garden. So we'll see if the Pacers can silence the Knicks and silence 7th Avenue for the next few months. And we'll see what happens with that. Alright. Big brawl to start. And security has to hold them back. Couldn't even get the match to start, where we finally do. And they go at it for a little bit. They go to the outside. More brawling happens. And then security has to come back out to break everything up. Ava Rain comes out, goes over to Corey Slave and Vic Joseph to say, we must have a winner. So after the break, they break from security. The fans are going completely berserk. Security tries to stop them as best they could, because they can't, because they're from Walmart. And then they even went over the announcer's table, and freaking Booker T is like going flying. Oh my god! I'm like, whoa, easy on Booker T. And then Vic Joseph's like trying to, jumping into Corey Slave's arms, like, save me, Corey! Corey's like, oh my god! You okay? You okay, Vic? Take one for the team, you bitches. Anyway. Alright, so they had that, and then security tries to break everything up for like the 15th time, and we see a chair upside down, and we see that metal part. Ethan Page used that distraction to hit Twisted Grin on the chair. Oh, that was nasty. Ricky Sayers is down, is grabbing his throat, phlegm and mucus and Russian barley soup's about to, coming out. They're about to stop the match because it looked like Ricky couldn't continue. But somehow he gets back in the ring. He fight off some clotheslines, but he's still grabbing his neck. I think he has a broken larynx. I felt like I was watching reruns of Superstars of Wrestling when Macho Man Randy Savage came off the top rope with an axe handle and crushed Ricky Steamboat's throat. Remember that, Randy? Oh yeah, that dragon I made him. I hit him so hard he couldn't breathe fire anymore. Oh yeah, Macho Man. Is that right, Miss Elizabeth? That's right, Miss. That's right, Randy. Don't fuck up your line. I'm sorry, Randy. Randy, calm down. Alright, so we got that. And Paige hits a big time clothesline, sending Ricky woo, and then a neck snap across the top rope, sets up another Twisted Grin. Paige goes to the cover. 1, 2, 3. Damn it. We got a new men's North American champion in All Ego Ethan Page. Looks like Ricky Starks is going to go boosted up to the main roster. Right after that, we'll see. But under 13-minute match. What are you going to do? But it's not the last we see of Ethan Page. Because you got a title to defend. Next week at the pay-per-view, well, we'll see what happens with that. 13-minute match, crazy as fuck, 3.5 out of 5 stars, and we're off and running on a crazy as shit edition of NXT. Alright, then we get a video for teenage Mike Santana, who's making his in-ring debut against Tavion Heights of Catchpoint 3.1. And we got that. But before we get to their match, we go to the men's locker room. Josh Briggs is there, and his good buddy from Japan, the legend Yoshiki Inamura. He's back. They're back together, and they want to go after the tag team titles one more time. Why not? Why not? We need some challenges for Hank and Spank when they lose. I mean, well, they will lose probably to OTM, but we need challenges for some tag team titles, don't we? Not many tag teams. Moving around the belts. Alright, so I give that 2.5 out of 5 stars. Then we go to Mike Santana's NXT debut against Tavion Heights, who comes out with the rest of Catchpoint 3.1. Mr. Regal son Charlie Dempsey, the man who had a big, epic match with Oba Dalula for the NXT title. Oba obviously retained. We'll see where Oba goes. Possibly a date with Destiny with a certain guy named Jasper Troy. But we'll talk about that in a little bit. Alright, and also, my girl, Maddie Rankowski. Alright, so they're all out there. So, back and forth match. This was actually a pretty good match. I liked it. Tavion gave it his all. Took Mike Santana almost to his limit, but we're getting to the end. And Santana with a clothesline and an Enziguri into a rolling Gilmore Kata! Hold on. Bam! For near fall, because nobody gets up for that. When I hit it, but nobody gets up from it. The fans are going berserk, but they have to calm down because Tavion hits a Death Valley driver. And Mike Santana gets right back up with a fireman's carry face plant. So that's fast. And then he hits spin the block, which is a discus lariat. Goes for the cover. 1, 2, 3. Mike Santana gets his first official NXT win on NXT TV. You gotta love it. Great match. 3.25 out of 5 stars. So, good match for Mr. Mike Santana. We'll see where he goes next. Maybe a date with a guy named Trick Willie for the TNA title. As Trick Willie beat Joe Hendry to become the new TNA champ. So now he holds another company's championship on another company's show. So we got that. Alright, then we got a video for Wesley's group. It was Wesley, Tariq Igve, and Tyson DuPont. They are now known as High Rise. I thought they were called the Rising for a second. That's a different tag team in an indie promotion. I know those guys personally, too. Anyway. Alright, so they're now known as the High Rise, R-Y-Z-E. Not R-I-S-E, obviously. So little. So we'll see what those three men bring to the table as we continue on. Alright, then we go to the back, and it's time for a teachable moment by Mr. Chase from Chase 2! So he tells Uriah Connors, and he's still alive, Cale Dixon, that they need to take risks, and they need to make something out of their opportunities. So like, yeah, we're gonna go ask Ava for a match. So on cue, Ava's right there, and they're like, hey, we want to take more risks. We want our opportunities. We want this and that, this and that. So Ava's like, okay, I just look at the card for next week. There's an opening, and you're in it. Like, and then both of them are like, yeah, cool. Who are we facing? Dark State. Oh boy, they're gonna get killed. If they weren't killed already, somebody call the coroner. We have people coming to the funeral parlor. Oh boy. Hey, maybe Cale Dixon will actually die this time. I don't know, but we'll see what happens with that. And then Mr. Chase is like, I thought he was gonna curse, like, you fucking idiot! Alright, so we got that. Moving on. I was like, why? Anyway, alright, then we go to my cousin. Guys, can you come out for a sec? Okay, come on. Hurry up. My cousin, my legit cousin, I'm not making that up, he's like my legit cousin. Tony D'Angelo, he's gonna make me some pasta tonight for $2. You can go out and get it at your local Italian restaurant or your pizzeria for $10.50. But I get it for cheap because, it's my cousin. Anyway. Alright, so Tony D, we see what happened at Battleground with the fake as fuck consigliere, Luca Cusafino. So we saw what happened at that. So he's in the back. Luca comes in. Tony is pissed. Wouldn't you be? Huh. Shit. Can't trust anybody these days. So anyway, he starts yelling at Luca about what he did or didn't do at Battleground. Like, hey, you were there and you didn't do nothing. What's wrong with you? I thought we were supposed to be family. So Luca says, Stacks, let him go after leaving him in the desert, or like whacking him. He was like, I left the desert, I had no phone reception, this and that. Flapper. And he was scared of what would happen if he reached out to Tony and anybody. Talks about, I wanted to go to the safe house to be with Rizzo. Yeah, I bet. And Tony's like, yeah, I don't believe you. And Luca's like, and then, Tony D's like, you know what, Luca, I don't even know if I can trust you anymore, because I thought I trusted in Stacks, and look what happened. And then Luca's like, it's like, I give you my word on my mother's eyes that you can trust me, Don. Your mother's eyes! She's probably blind as a bat already. I told my cousin last night, don't trust that motherfucker. I don't even trust Rizzo too, because you know how those, you know how women are. You trust them for like many years, and then next thing you know, they're banging somebody else. I don't have that problem with Rosa, but it's fine, because we're married. We're good. But I digress. Alright, so we'll see what happens with Luca and Tony D and maybe Rizzo. I still don't think Tony D should trust Luca. My name is Luca. I live on the second floor. I live downstairs from you. Gotta love Suzanne Vega. You gotta love it. Moving on. Alright, then it's time to get serious. It's time for the new TNA World Heavyweight Champion Trick Willie Shamon. I am backing down from no average troll. I am backing down from no average troll. basically. So he comes out bragging he's the first NXT star to be the TNA champ, but he doesn't want to hear the cheers from the crowd. Basically, he cuts a Sting-like promo and says, "I don't need you fans. You fans can stick it." He's like, "I'm on my way to TNA to defend the belt, which has been held by great names as Kurt Angle, AJ Styles, Drew McIntyre." Oh, that's right. Drew did hold the title when it was Drew Galloway. For like a brief period. He didn't hold it that long. And many, many, many more. So he's like, I don't care about you fans. You know, it's like, you fans turn your back on me, so I'm going to do the same thing to you. So you can stick it, basically. So then Mike Santana comes out. And Trick's like, "Oh, you shouldn't have interrupted me. That's a mistake." So they go at it. They were cooking. They were cooking some good shit. Tell you that. Santana calls Trick a pretender. "You're a pretend rapper. You're a pretend champion. And you never dealt with somebody like me." So they're about to fight. And then Santino Marella well, it doesn't make his NXT TV debut because we've seen him before. Santino Marella's on the Tron. He's like, he congratulates Trick, and then he makes a match for next week on NXT TV for the TNA title, Mike Santana versus Trick Williams. And I'm like, why next week? I know Against All Odds is supposedly next Friday. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, why don't we just do it at Against All Odds? Or what I would have done was either had the match at Against All Odds, then have a rematch, because I know it would have ended in chicanery, have a rematch or a match at Slammiversary in New York, where Mike Santana lives, so he can win the belt in New York. This is bad. Who is booking this shit? I mean, why would you do this next week? You know it's going to end in chicanery. Mike Santana ain't going to win next week. I'll be shocked if he wins next week. I thought it was a bad decision to have the title match next week. It's going to be great, but next week? I want it Against All Odds. I want it at Slammiversary. Come on now. Dumb. Let me move on. Alright, then Ava Reigns she's in the women's locker room talking to Stephanie Vaquer, the NXT Women's Champion, saying that, well, I know you got your title defense against Jacy Jayne, but you're going to be in a tag team match against Delise and Chick Tormenta at Worlds Collide, and, well, you need a partner. So, Stephanie's like, well, I'll find a partner, and then Lola Vice, oh yes, caliente. She comes in and says, hey, Steph, I'll be your partner. Steph's like, okay. So, that match is now official. Lola Vice and Stephanie Vaquer taking on Delise and Chick Tormenta at Worlds Collide. So, where do you have that match? We have Chad Gable and El Hijo del Vikingo. That's another match. But we got another match coming up a little bit later. Alright, let me move on. Alright, let me, as always, let's go to the videotape and let's change the channel on the Rich Man's Dish to TBS, because we're about a minute and a half away from Dynamite. And we're going to get a recap, to start the show, but we'll see. We got that. Alright, so 2.25 out of 5 stars for that Stephanie Vaquer and Lola Vice segment. More booty in that ring, and speaking of booty, we got Jada Parker. She takes on the creepy girl that has no friends left. That's Tatum Paxley, who comes out, and she has dolls made out like Shotzi Blackheart and Gigi Dolan, who got unceremoniously released, and Tatum's all by herself with nobody. She has no friends, or, well, we thought she had a friend in Thea Hale, but she fucked her up. And, that's that. Alright, so this match was kind of meh. Jada gets knocked to the floor. She grabs one of the Gigi Dolan doll and throws it inside, and Tatum's like, precious doll, my doll! And then next thing you know, Jada Parker hits Hypnotique 1, 2, 3 in under 4 minutes. It sucks to be you. And then after the match, Crazy Thea Hale comes in and chases Jada Parker off. And then that's that. Alright, that's it. Match I gave 2.25 out of 5 stars. Alright, then we got a video on the big man, Jasper Troy. Booker T's going nuts about it. Alright, so he takes on, in his NXT debut, I don't know why he's still in the company, Dante Chen. This match lasted under 4 minutes. Dante tried to do his best and, well, you lost. So, Jasper Troy gets his first NXT win with the Abyss Black Hole Slam. A lot of people saying that Jasper Troy is now the black version of Abyss. I don't go that far. I know he uses his finisher, but I don't think he's going to go get into the realm of Abyss going through barbed wire explosives and shit like that. You know, he's got a baby to think about. And we move on. Alright, Dynamite's on the air. Sum 41 is singing us into Dynamite. So we're about to get ready for that. Alright, so Jasper Troy wins 2.25 out of 5 stars. After the match, Oba! Hu! Da Hula! Femi gets on the balcony and says that, Jasper, your 5 minutes of fame are over! He goes, now you have the Hula's attention. Oh, he's gonna fuck him up pretty soon. Alright, we'll see what happens with that. Alright, moving on. Alright, then we go to the back. Charlie Dempsey mocks Miles, don't call him Ozzy Osbourne, and Tavion Heights for their singles losses as of late, saying it's time for the entire team to regroup. But Miles are like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to take a step back and go back to tag team wrestling. I'm more of a singles guy. You saw what I did at Battleground against Oba. You just saw Tavion Heights have a good match with Mike Santana. I don't want to do that. I want to branch out. I want to get out of here. So he makes a match with Charlie Dempsey, and Charlie Dempsey agrees, but let's go old school. We're going to have like a Heritage Rules match. We're going to have rounds, ladies and gentlemen. Rounds. So that's going to be official for next week. So next week, Charlie Dempsey versus Miles. Don't call him Ozzy Osbourne in a rules match. And if Miles wins, he's out of Catchpoint 3.1. And I think he will win, and he will go on his own, and, hey, Ethan Page, you better hold that title for him. He's gonna win a title. Would it be the world title or probably the North American title? Look at that. Alright, the Hangman, Adam Page is here. He's gonna talk some cowboy shit. Got his Owen Hart belt. He's got his title shot against John Moxley at All In, assuming if Moxley is the champion in about a month and change from now. So we'll see what happens with that. Alright, then we have Ethan Page, the new men's North American champion. He's in the ring to celebrate. I thought they would do that next week, but anyway. He's in the ring to celebrate his win, but then bouncy Javon Evans comes out, and he says, oh, we have history together. I don't think it's over just yet. So I want my title shot at Worlds Collide. And then Ethan's like, hey, you're not a luchador. Why don't you just go in the back, put on a mask, and think you're a luchador? And then out of nowhere, Triple A's and he has fought in TNA, the Laredo Kid. He comes out, makes his NXT debut. He says, hey, SA, me want title match too, SA. So, triple threat match, and then Bounce is like, no, we're going to have a fatal four-way match, and we're adding this guy. And we hear, Animo! Ray Phoenix comes to NXT, and he's in the match. So we got a fatal four-way match for Ethan Page's North American title. He is definitely losing that belt at Worlds Collide. So who? I'm hoping Bouncy, but we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. So that was great. And then after that, we go to Ava Raine. She's in her office with Robbie E. Robert Stone, and the Evolve GM, my girl Stevie Turner. And Ava announces that Sean Legacy will get the winner of that match. Woo! So that means if Ethan does somehow retain, he's definitely losing it to Sean Legacy. I want Sean Legacy to win that title and shut all those fucking haters up. I'm getting all these fucking messages like, who the fuck is Sean Legacy? He sucks on Evolve. Like, what? Where have you been watching? Sean Legacy had an amazing performance in a Battle Royal. He had an amazing performance in his first NXT match. I forget who he was fighting, but he won, I think, oh yeah, against Ashanti and Javon, I believe, to get that shot. Who's he yelling at? What are you yelling at, Hangman? I think he's yelling at Tony Khan. What else is new? But then he's like, thank you for making me be the face of this company. Austria. Astrid. What the Anyway. Yeah. Hangman, Adam Page talking some cowboy shit, getting really passionate and all that shit. You gotta love that. Alright, so next, like I said, Sean Legacy gets a men's North American title match, right after Worlds Collide. So, we'll see what happens with that. Can't wait for that. Alright, then we see Tatum Paxley in the back. She's freaking out. She's crying like a little bitch over her loss to Jada Parker. But then, Sol Ruka, the wrestling surfer girl, the women's North American champion. Wait, he gave Tony Baloney the Owen Hart belt? Why? I thought it's not a cash in. Anyway, okay, we'll go with that. Alright, so Sol Ruka and Delta come in, try to, console her, and they're like, hey, if you need a friend, we're here for you. If you need someone to talk to. And then we see the culling, Sean Spears and company, watching. Lurking. So we get that. Alright, then we go to the main event of the evening for the NXT Women's title, the Shock of the Year. Stephanie Riccora takes on Jacy Jayne, who came out with Fallon, don't call her Dawn Henley, and I let her out of my bedroom, and that's my girl Jasmine Nix. Looking great. This match was great. Fallon and Jacy still arguing. Jacy gets sent to the outside, where they start arguing, and poor Jasmine Nix is like, oh, stop it, we're friends. And then like, shut up, bitch. Psh, how dare you do that to my girl Jasmine Nix? I want to fuck both these girls up. Not fair. But anyway, they head to the floor, and then Stephanie Riccora hits a big flippy dippity-doo on the whole Fatal Influence to get back in. She points to Booker T, and it's time to yeah! Oh yeah, man! Booker T going nuts as always. And then Fallon Henley gets on a cheap shot with a 619 around the ring post. That hurt. She throws, and Jasmine was distracting the referee with her titties. And so Stephanie gets thrown back in the ring, and Jacy hits her discus forearm. Looked like she knocked Stephanie the fuck out. I was thinking Stephanie would kick out of that, but Jacy goes to the pin. 1, 2, 3. Jacy Jayne is the new NXT Women's Champion. Everybody and their mother on YouTube and on social media were going completely berserk. Mike Rome was like, everybody at ringside, everybody on commentary was like, what just happened? So, Jacy Jayne is the new NXT Women's Champion. It was reported today on Ringside News that, yes, Stephanie Riccora is going up to the main roster. She will be... Oh, swerve. So, Stephanie Riccora is going to be a member of the Raw roster, and Jordynne Grace is going up too pretty soon, and she will be on SmackDown. So, who's going to beat Jacy Jayne? She ain't going to hold that belt for long. I'm thinking maybe Fallon gets it next, or there were rumors last night that Mariah maybe is going to be coming to NXT pretty soon, because, who got left? I mean, seriously, who do you got left that can actually fight Jacy and win that title and be the next women's face of the division? I was thinking, why don't you just give it to Jada Parker? But then those strong rumors of Mariah May possibly going to NXT. And she can go anytime she wants because she doesn't have a restriction, so we'll see. Alright, Swerve is here. Uh-oh. They got a history. Now, what is this? Was he... He's showing something on the Tron from April 9th, 2025 with the Bucks. Uh-oh. And Hang was like, oh shit. Oh, this is after... What was this after? Wasn't this after Dynasty? This was after, Dynasty. Oh yeah, it's like the Bucks gave, put, Adam Page, I think, in a tournament or some shit. Oh yeah, the Bucks saying they still love Adam Page. So the Bucks basically gave him the opportunity to be in the Owen Hart Cup and go after the title, and he won the tournament. Now he's going after the title, whether he wins it or not. And then Swerve mentioned that he had the title match won against Mox at Dynasty. But, you know, since the Bucks came back, fucked that up. And then we remember that Adam Page was in the ring because he had to get rid of the Bucks. The plot thickens. So basically, Adam Page got a title shot off of Swerve's loss. I think we're going to get one more match between Page and Swerve, and it's going to be for... Adam Page's title shot. I'm getting that. Alright, so let's go back to NXT. So, yeah, Jacy Jayne, of all people, with the women's shock of the year, already had Jey Uso win the Royal Rumble, and then we knew he was going to beat Walter at Mania for the Royal World title, but now we got Jacy Jayne, of all people, winning the NXT women's title. I mean, what's next? Thea Hale wins the NXT title. Oops. There's an idea. So we'll see what happens with that. But everybody was shocked. 13-minute match. Congrats to Jacy, but... You know, even Mandy Rose on Twitter last night was all happy about it. Well, yeah, because of the, you know, it was toxic. You know. So we got that. So, shocking ending to NXT last night. It was, the whole episode was crazy as shit. And I gave it 8 out of 10 stars. Let me know what you guys thought of the show down below in the comments section. And that's that. Make sure, if you like the video, please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button as we're on the road to 900 subscribers. And hopefully get to 1,000 by the end of the year. We'll see. And don't forget to leave a comment on the video. Like I said, but don't leave stupid comments. I will block you. And if you don't like that, go cry. Go cry about it, little bitches. And that's that. Share the video all over the internet. Follow me on social media. I'll be live tweeting with Dynamite pretty soon. Somebody said, I think sounds good. You're still full of shit. Uh-oh, here comes Will Ocean Spray. Reach for the sky. Whoa. Bam. Oh, he got something to say. Bluff. Alright, so I'm going to get out of here and watch Dynamite. I might do the review tomorrow afternoon, because I do gotta go out after work to run some errands. I do have a doctor appointment as well, but I will be home. I will be back tomorrow night with your official Dynamite review, and then we'll talk about a few things tomorrow night as well. We'll watch some TNA, Ring of Honor, and then. Late Friday night, because I'll be out all day Friday, because I got things to do. I don't have any plans Friday night. Saturday I do. But late Friday night, I will do my, I'll do a SmackDown review, of course, for that. And I'll do TNA and Ring of Honor on Saturday. And, anything else comes your way this coming weekend, I'll be here for. So please do not forget to tap and slap that bell to turn on all notifications. Subscribe to my channels, like the videos, or comment on the video if you like. Do whatever the fuck you want. And that's all I gotta say about that. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Until next time, if you're not down with that, well, I got 3 words for you. Fuck you, man! That's it. We out. Peace!